And we're rolling.
Okay, tomorrow.
That's what she said. What a way to start the podcast. Oh my gosh.
Okay, I got it.
Oh
I
my
swallowed.
gosh.
I'm a big girl.
Oh my gosh. Welcome to. Oh, that was an entrance right there. Welcome to the first ever episode of No Simping Just Pimping. I am your host, Gavin Fitch, and my co-host is one of my best friends since junior year of high school.
I'm the semen demon.
Trey Simmons. Yep, that's it. That's him. We're going to hop right into this and go ahead and talk about why we came up with the name. Or I guess we didn't really come up with the name. We had help from a button. We had help from a buddy, Colton Smith, helped us come up with
We hate you.
the name.
Just let me know.
We hate you, love you. But he helped us come up with the name, No Simping Just Pimping. And we had to come up with our own meaning from behind it, but we ended up coming up with one. So, Trey, why don't you go ahead and say what your definition of no simping, just pimping is?
Bro, this is like, what, the fifth time that we've done this? And every time?
No, I don't know what you're talking about.
And every time, I don't know, I feel like my definition changed. So basically, you're just going out of your way to not, like, kind of be a gentleman. Like, there's a difference. You can be a gentleman, but when you're going completely out of your way, like, just nonstop, just going after this girl, just keep buying her stuff, doing everything for this girl, and she's not having any of it, and you're just one after another, just keep doing it, it's a problem. You're simping there, homie.
Yeah, I totally agree with that, honestly. My biggest pet peeve, and one thing that if you ever do it, you will not live down, I will call you a simp for the rest of your life, is if you make plans with me and buddies.
I'm sorry, but if there's an emergency,
If it's an emergency, there's a difference between an emergency and just going. And so if it's an emergency, okay, I get it. But if it's not, and you're just, oh, she wants to watch a movie.
Oh,
I'll be like,
heck no.
I'll be like, okay, I see how it is. I'll remember that.
Nope. You're going to have to cut this out.
Oh, boy.
Maybe.
Oh,
if I remember it.
We can cut it out. It's okay. Go for it.
I know. I'm trying to remember it.
Jeez.
What was I going to say?
I don't know. You didn't tell me.
Oh, no, bro. If I'm going to look, you're going to know when it's an emergency or not. If I'm trying to get my tallywhacker.
Oh, my gosh. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, bro. That's an emergency sometimes.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I just might be a little late.
Oh, jeez. All right. Hopping into this. We're going to talk. Well, I kind of already said hopping into it, but we're going to kind of explain. The whole first episode of this is going to kind of be why we decided to do a podcast, what this podcast is going to be about, what our future plans for this podcast are going to be.
There are none.
We have a few.
No.
I have a few.
Okay, I must say
I have
you
a few.
have
I've
a few.
kind of kept a secret from him for a while.
Let's knock off this we.
Yeah,
when it's all you.
It's all Gavin, but it was my idea in the first place. But going off of that, why did you decide that you were actually going to come along with me in this and do this podcast?
I can make fun of people.
That's the only reason.
That and not like I can sit down with people that I know and people that I don't know and like talk to them and actually get to know them.
Okay.
A little bit better.
Yeah, that's one thing that we've had a bunch of practice rounds, as he kind of mentioned earlier. With this, we've had our fails for sure, and hopefully this is the one that we succeed in.
God, I hope.
With me, it was like through all of those that we just had our little 10-minute practice and realized it wasn't going to work that episode. One of the things I realized is me and you were very, like, we didn't know each other as well as we thought we did.
Oh, yeah.
And then when we sat down and talked to each other
Can you talk like
no,
normal?
I can't. I'm stuttering tonight. I don't know what it is. When we sat down and finally kind of had the conversation and everything, we kind of went through and we learned a lot about each other. Like, I knew Trey's parents had been separated since he was little, but I didn't know the whole thing. He told me stories that, like, I didn't realize, same thing, but it's still hard either way. But it's one of the things that I didn't know about you. And so going through that, I learned, hey, this podcast could turn out really good. And that's one of those things where I'm like, hey, if you and your buddies are deciding, hey, maybe we should try a podcast,
Don't do it.
I
It's
say go
so
for it.
much hassle, bro. It's
He's
so
lying.
much money.
He's so lying.
Ugh.
We're supposed to support people, Trey.
Sorry. Yeah, it's like $2. Woo.
No, it's not $2. I promise you that much. But yeah, I say go for it. It'd be fun to get your friends together and kind of talk about it. And when it comes to like my future plans, I cut out the weed that time. But when it comes to like my future plans for this podcast, we already have the first 3 interviews or the first 3 podcasts set up to where we're going to have our first 3 guests.
Mm-hmm.
And so the goal is to have a bunch of guests on, a different guest every time. And if it's not a guest, it's just me and you talking about what happened. And so when that happens and whatnot, I'm excited for that just because you don't know where it could take you.
Mm-hmm.
You could be, if you look back on this a year from now, you could be thinking, man, that was
terrible.
like,
That was
we
bad.
sucked then, but now like look how good we are now.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And so that's one of the things that I'm really personally excited about.
Honestly, I'm gonna keep it 100 with you. I'll be happy if we make it to like 50 episodes, 100 episodes.
Dude, yeah. Even if it's just 50, like the thing is like it's one of those things where like I want to have viewers and I want people to see it. Obviously, I wouldn't be doing it if I didn't want people to see it. But at the same time, it's one of those things where like, it's not always about who sees it and who doesn't. It's one of those things where it's just genuinely fun.
Yeah.
Now, if we did end up blowing up off of this and it was one of those things that went absolutely crazy for us, I would not mind doing this as a full-time job like those people do. But then again, I'm not putting my money on that right now.
No, absolutely.
As of right now, it's just for fun. And I'm going to kind of walk them through how we even set up this whole thing because it was not easy. This whole corner that we're even sitting in and this empty room took us 2 to 3 weeks just to finish because the wall behind us, we had to insulate completely. Bro. We had to insulate the floor to soundproof it.
I remember, what was it, about a month ago when you were like, oh, we're probably like still like 3 to 4 months out of even starting.
Oh, yeah.
And then I got my job and instantly started getting paychecks like crazy.
It just started picking up. And it's one of those things where I'm so happy that we ended up doing this. And with that comes this logo, which is completely out of the conversation that we were just talking about.
Yeah, you just have to give her a shout out.
I have like a low-key ADHD going where my mind is thinking 18 things at once. But Becca, one of my close friends in Hayes, actually engaged to one of the guys we will be bringing on the podcast eventually, made that logo for us, the No Simping Just Pimping podcast logo, and she did a phenomenal job. It is crazy good.
Do you want to shout out her socials or not?
I don't know them off the top of my head, so we'll have to.
Let's say you can.
We'll have to bring them back.
Yeah, we'll do it at the end.
Yeah,
we'll do it at the end.
Yeah. That or like we can put it in the description down below. Yeah. But she did a phenomenal job. I mean, it looks incredible.
It does.
And so
from where it was to now, it's pretty good,
dude.
Granted,
I mean,
the only thing I'm gonna say about it, you kind of messed up my beard a little bit. I mean,
that's because you were laughing.
I'm not that full. And my mustache is like at an angle.
You made him look too good, is what he's saying.
Yeah, I'm not that good looking. People, like, come on.
Trey's no offense, I don't mean this in a cocky way at all. Trey's the ugly one of our friend group.
Yes,
out of me, Andrew, Colton, Ethan, everybody in that little circle, Trey's the bottom of the food chain.
And I'm proud.
I still remember the one thing said to me. The one thing you said to me that I'll never forget. Gavin, you know why me and you will never have girl problems together? We were sitting in the car and you looked at me and you said, because I will shoot for the 5 or the 7 and belows and you'll get the 7 and ups. I laughed so hard that day. That was funny to me.
Yeah.
Going on to like kind of more of our plans.
You just dissed every girl I've ever talked to.
I'm sorry to every girl Trey's ever talked to.
I'm not.
He's not sorry because you fell for him. So either way.
Dummies.
Anyways, with our further plans for this, because we kind of got distracted from that, I'm hoping like we get the guest on and everything else. And I want to do like when we hit 1,000 subscribers or something, I want to be able to do like a giveaway to those 1,000 that followed us from day one. Yeah. And then just keep growing from there and do more giveaways and whatnot, and eventually be able to fly anybody in the United States out to our studio to do it.
That's it's
a big goal, but it's one of the things that like in the back of my head, I'm like, that'd be really freaking cool. Like that'd be dope. And so that's kind of like how I want to go with it. When it comes to the plans on what is the podcast about, literally anything and
Any and
everything.
everything.
We couldn't decide on a subject, so we just said, you know what? It's gonna be whatever we decide that
One
day.
day you might just hear us talking about
Relationships. One day, yeah, football,
sports,
relationships, business,
food,
money, food.
It is what it is.
It is what it, dude. I saw this quote the other day, and it made me like. It's one of those things that it stuck with me. The people that you know that do the "is what it is" as a saying, are some of the most dangerous people to be around. You know why?
Because they just don't give a flying F.
Dude, they know who they are. They know that nobody around them is gonna make them change, and they know that they're not gonna drop their standards for anybody, and therefore it is what it is. They're going with life. They're going with the flow. Whatever's handed to them, they're gonna take the next step and go with it. And I love that mentality. For me, that's what's in my brain. That's one of the things that I'm a roll with. And so
I'm starting to realize that, and I'm kind of doing it more.
Yeah.
More and more.
We're gonna try and do an episode every week or 2 weeks is what we're gonna try.
Try is a big word.
Yeah, just because I am working a full-time job doing construction. Trey is doing a full-time job. It's classified. He's not allowed to talk about it.
Okay, it's not really
And
classified.
so-
I work security. That's all I can say.
Yeah, we can't really talk about it because of
I will get fired.
yeah. So sadly, we can't talk about that. But we will try and get out. It's gonna be on iTunes, hopefully. iTunes and Spotify. We're waiting on a reply for both of them because we have to be accepted.
YouTube for sure.
And then YouTube for sure. We will be on YouTube for the video podcast. And so with that, we will roll with that. And so my first question to you.
Oh, God. Here we go. Oh, God. Do I even want to know?
No, it just makes me feel so stupid because it happened to me the other day.
Oh, no.
And so have you ever woke up one day and you were so tired that you didn't know like exactly what was going on around you? It still like felt like you were dreaming or sleeping.
You woke up in kind of like one of those, what in the world?
Like
is
what's
this?
going on? Like everything's like slow. Dude, I literally got in the shower the other day and I woke up like I was like not there, but I was there, you know. I woke up to myself putting toothpaste in my hand because I brushed my teeth. I brushed my teeth in the shower. I don't know if you do that. Is that weird to you?
I mean,
do you brush your
I
teeth in
do.
the
I do
shower?
it sometimes, but at the same time, it's like, you know.
In the morning, I do it because it's faster.
So
Dude.
when I lived with my mom, I did that a lot just because I'm up at like 6 a.m.
Right.
So it's just more convenient for me, saves time.
Yeah. No, I woke up to myself putting toothpaste in my hand, and as I was about to use it as shampoo, I looked at it and I was like, "What am I doing?"
You were about to
I'm not
use
even kidding.
it.
I'm not even kidding you. I had like a whole handful of toothpaste in the palm of my hand, and I was like ready to use it, and then it just like it hit me. Wait a minute.
Wait.
That's minty.
That's minty.
That's minty. You're not supposed to use.
You go to
the
work
minty.
that day. Gavin, you smell
You
like
smell
mint.
You smell minty. Why do you smell like toothpaste?
I put toothpaste in my hair.
Hair gel. I wonder if that works.
No, Gavin, we're not trying this.
Honestly, I wonder if it works though. Think about it.
You know what? You can do it, and you can tell me the results.
I'll pass. My hair's too long for that.
Yeah, that's what I thought.
I know you had some questions for me. What is one of your questions that you had?
Oh God. Okay, so the one I can think of off the top of my head. What do you want to do with your TikTok?
My TikTok?
That's one thing that's like, so you have grown a lot lately.
Yeah,
and
randomly,
everything.
yeah, I have. I mean, I'm
But-
not huge by any means. Don't let
No.
anybody fool you. I have, hang on, I can tell you. Let me look real quick. I can tell you how many followers I'm at. I am currently at 5,900. So later on in life, I'm just saying this. If we're still going with this podcast, I will announce it again when I hit, if I ever hit 100K or something, I'll announce it. But as of right now, I'm at 5,000. My goal right now is to hit 10K just because that'd be really cool for me.
Oh, yeah.
I'm in a small town Kansas town. Like, I just said that so weird. Small town
Kansas town.
I'm in a town in small town Kansas. And so for me,
I
it's
like
like
how you say that as if like I didn't also live here at one point.
you do. You still live here.
Yeah,
but
sort of.
either way, for me, having 1,000 followers is like, whoa.
Yeah.
I don't even know 1,000 people.
Yeah.
How do I have 1,000 followers on TikTok, Instagram, whatever it is? And so like for me, that's like mind blow. Like it's cool to me. Honestly, I don't know for TikTok. Honestly, I just do it when I'm bored. It's one of those things like it's entertainment for me.
Yeah, and some of the things that you show me that you don't post are like, Gavin, what the heck
Dude,
are
I
you
make
doing?
so many videos that I just don't post.
And then back there was like a good month where you just didn't care, and there are some videos on there that were just like, stop, like,
Dude, some of them blew up though.
Some of
for
them
no
blew
reason.
up, and then some of them I'm just like,
When I say blow up, I mean like they got over 1,000 views, kind of thing. But
yeah, I was like, Gavin, come on, you gotta stop, man.
dude, it was. I mean, it
you were
is. It
addicted.
is what it is.
It is what it is. But you were addicted at one point.
Yeah.
It
The
was
cool thing
weird.
for me, going off of what you're saying with the whole, what do you want to do with it? The cool thing for me is, I'll give her a shout out. Bree Catlin was the first ever person to send me a TikTok. She was like, "Hey Gavin, go. You should remake this TikTok." That TikTok blew up. Not really. It got like 2,000 likes or something like that. So like in Sedgwick, Kansas,
That's pretty big.
it's not too bad. It's not too bad. But like in the TikTok world, it's terrible.
Yeah, you're still nobody.
Yeah, pretty much. But for me, that was like, oh, wow, okay. Well, for some odd reason, she sent me that, and then she wasn't the only one. I'm not going to give everybody a shout out that did it, but I had like maybe 4 or 5 actually, that had sent me videos and said, hey, Gavin, you should try and redo this. And on top of that, I've had people DM me on Instagram from TikTok that I've never met, and they're like, hey, I think you're really cool. Hey, your videos are really good. Keep doing it. You're vibing. And like it put a smile on my face. It made me feel good. At the same time, though, come the bad things where like there are people that DM you and they're like, "Hey, you're terrible. Quit." And so I've only had one of those.
You did?
And I almost went off on him, but instead I just cleared it from my mind and tried to get away from it.
You should have called me in.
Oh my gosh, that's another thing. This dude on the comments. If you
All
are
right.
one of my followers on TikTok and you comment something and this dude comes after you, I am so sorry.
I'm not. You
He is
deserve it
not.
more
He
than likely.
has no chill when it
So
comes to that.
okay, so I don't. Do I mean to like joke around with you? Yeah, I don't mean it in a hurtful way. Like there is this video that you posted in this girl's.
You're my best friend. You're allowed to make fun of me. That's how it goes.
Yeah, exactly. So, anyways, there's a video that you posted. It's not there no more. It's the one. I want to say it was the red challenge or whatever, and like you did like a transaction and it's just
Oh yeah,
you
yeah,
mash
yeah.
with the baseball bat.
No, that one's still there.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, yeah.
Okay, that might not have been that one.
No, you're thinking about the. I know which one you're talking about though.
Yeah,
yeah.
So this girl tagged her friend and said, "What?" Or on the lines of, "What do you think?" And this girl goes, "No, that's no," or something like that.
Oh,
or,
I remember she like dissed me or something. Or, like,
and
she tried to.
and I came back with the hardest comment ever. I was like, "The only thing missing here is your drawn-on eyebrows or something."
Dude,
And this girl just went.
It got
what?
likes too.
Yeah,
like it was.
Yeah,
like,
it was going
crazy.
off. I was like, "Oh crap, let's go."
Well, that's one thing Colton made me laugh really hard about because Colton's been trying to do TikTok on the low. Like he's been posting more and more. And he was talking to me the other day and he got some views on one and he's like, dude, look. And I was like, I'm one of those guys where I'm going to encourage you because I'm doing the same thing. Excuse me. Anyways, I was like, yeah, dude, go for it. Keep going. Keep grinding. And he commented on one of my TikToks. I can't even remember which one it was, but he commented something and that TikTok ended up getting over 10,000 likes or something.
Oh, really?
And so, yeah, and Colton's comment had like almost 1,000 likes, and he got pissed
Which
because
one
of the fact. It's the one where I was in the neon backpack.
Oh, that one got over.
It's at like 24,000 views
Oh,
and like
okay.
something else. I'm not sure.
Okay.
It's still going up right now.
Yeah.
I keep getting likes from it. I don't know why. But I kind of went off the dead. Like, I kind of died at the moment. Like, at the moment, my videos aren't really excelling like they were, but it's okay. That one video, Trey used to have bragging rights on me because he had a video that had 94,000 because he wrecked his car.
Okay, backstory. I did not mean to wreck my
Hold
car.
on.
It was
Tell them the actual story. Just go ahead and
So-
tell the story of how
okay.
you wrecked your car.
All right, Mom, Dad, I'm sorry if you ever hear this. The full real story. I came back from Kansas City. It was a Friday afternoon. I came back from Kansas City from baseball practice, and I got home around 1 a.m., right? So, late night drives, food, McDonald's. Gotta get McDonald's, right? Always. It's the way to go.
Late make McDonald's is like, it just hits different.
So
It's just
I
how it is.
had, I didn't get much sleep. So I fell asleep. I was going to take like an hour nap because I had to go pick up my little sister from school. So I get up, realize, oh snap, I'm late. I got to get going. And it's like 3:30 and they get out of school at 3:35. And I'm like 30 minutes away. So I texted her. I was like, hey, I'm going to be a little late. I'm sorry. All this and that. I look over to my right. My McDonald's is chilling there. Everybody's going to hate me for this, but I didn't throw out the trash. There was a McChicken that was sitting there that was 3/4 eaten. And I was like, you know what? Just being the kind of guy I am, I'm like, I'm going to feed the ants.
Feed the ants?
Yeah.
I don't think the ants are going to eat a McChicken. I think it's going to be like a raccoon or an
Okay,
armadillo
sorry.
or
I'm going to
something
feed
that
the
comes around.
wilderness. Everybody's going to be like, oh, you're littering. No, it's just food. So I grab it, or I'm looking down at it, right? And then all of a sudden, I feel the road turn into dirt. And that's when I go, oh, crap. I look back
you
up.
guys, this car accident was actually more significant than what it sounds, because he ended up jumping one of the. It's like a bridge, kind of, wasn't it?
No, it was
like
a
a
little
culvert.
covert.
Yeah, a little one, dude. It looked pretty decent sized.
I'm sure I have the pictures.
We can, if you send me the picture, I'll end up like for the YouTube guys, I'll end up putting the picture in here so you can see it. This dude legit, almost it looked like a little river that he ended up jumping.
Yeah,
and,
it was like a
he
little
sent
covert.
off the airbags and everything. It totaled your car, didn't it?
Oh yeah, I broke the right front axle, all that. The words.
Words, just words.
Yeah, airbags went off. All this, all because I was trying to throw out McChicken, and it was
tough.
slushy out.
Okay.
So it was
Yeah, it was snowing.
It was straight mud where I hit, and I learned my lesson of do not speed.
Did you ever hear the story of my car accident?
Which one?
You say that like I've been in a lot. I haven't been in
the
that
one.
many
The
cars.
one with your Mustang.
My Mustang?
Yeah, on the interstate.
I don't have a Mustang.
Camaro. Sorry, same difference. I don't know cars.
No, it's not the same difference.
Not the same.
Yeah, no. I hadn't even had the car for 60 days. And this wasn't even my fault, which makes it even worse for me. Or I guess it is better for me because it's not on my record, it's on the other guys. But I hadn't even had the car for 60 days yet. Is in, I think, December. Is right after Christmas is when it happened. I'm driving down the interstate going 75. This dude decides that he's going to try and merge over into my lane. Well, we're both going 75. He hits the front passenger side of my Camaro.
Yeah.
And jerks me off the road, which ended up, because I tried to come back. I tried to get back on the road because going 75 miles an hour, you don't want to go off the interstate.
No.
And on top of that, we were coming up on I was coming head on. I mean, it would have hit my car dead center on one of the rail bumpers.
Ooh.
And so being my reaction, I hit my brakes and slammed my wheel back over. Well, when I slammed my wheel back over, his truck was still there.
Yeah.
And I ended up throwing off. Like, it took my whole front end and knocked it out of alignment.
Yeah.
And so it was all fixable. My car wasn't totaled. The airbags didn't go off. Everything was fine. They didn't total my car. But not even 60 days into it, and I almost had when I tell you my life flashed before my eyes, I now understand what people mean by that, because it's like one of those things where you see everything that has happened in the past.
Yeah.
And those dreams where you're sitting there and you have a girl come up to you, but their face is blurred. So
No.
you've never had a dream where you're about to get married, but the girl's face is blurred and you can't see it.
I've had dreams. So this is not really weird. From people that just a random person. I don't know. Like a big TikTok person, right? I'd have a dream and they would be in it telling me just random stuff.
That's weird.
Yeah, and
See, that's even weirder than what I was saying.
Yeah, that's exactly, which I find really weird because it's people I've never met.
Right.
Never probably ever will meet and stuff like that.
Okay. Well,
and then there's people.
Well, that kind of relates to what I was saying though,
Yeah.
because going back to the car accident story, I've had dreams where I'm dreaming and the girl is there at my wedding, but I'll go to lift up the veil or something. Is that what it's called? It's called a veil.
I don't know.
Garrett's saying yes. He's shaking his head yes.
Okay.
By the way, shout out to my little brother who is actually behind the cameras working
Yes,
it for us right
sir.
now, making sure that we have 2 cameras rolling at all times.
Yes, sir.
But
Big
he's the
money.
man. He will actually be joining us on one of our podcasts.
You owe
coming
him
up.
$20.
I don't
Get
owe
that right,
him
Garrett.
anything, because listen to this. Oh wait, okay, hold on. Let me finish my story and then I'll jump into this because I want to talk about this. We were, it's one of those things where I saw the rail coming, and as I saw it coming, my mind just went through everything, and I saw my MacBook just turned off. Hang on, I saw
Dang.
I forgot to touch it. It's okay.
I forgot to
Everything's
touch
fine. Everything's fine. I saw the girl of my dreams, just her face blurred. and I saw like little kids running around in the backyard, and I saw everything that happened in my past, and like my funeral coming up, and me looking down. Dude, it was scary. It's one of those things where like my dad came, and I've never seen my dad more angry. And it's one of those things where like, have you ever, like, your parents have ever been angry, and like they're angry, but you can't tell if they're mad at you or not? See, it's one of those things where he got out of the car. I knew he was pissed. I could see it on his face. He was mad. First thing he did is he hugged me, and then he walked right by, and I was like, "Are you mad at me?" And he goes, "Nope." I thought he was gonna kill the guy that hit me, because the guy that hit me didn't check or anything. He just, I mean, it was just a straight up just no blinker, no nothing, just straight up went into my lane. And so I thought he was gonna try and kill the dude. I was like, "Dad." And he ended up ended up going over to talk to the sheriff, and it was like one of those things where like, as I'm sitting there thinking, I was like, man, I thought about all that. I don't want to have that experience with like my kids in the future or anything, but I want to be able to like love somebody so much that when that happens, it clicks. Like, cause I always knew my dad loved me and whatnot, but it was like one of those things where like when I saw that, I knew that if I would have ended up dead in that car accident, his whole life wouldn't be over, but it would change for sure. And it's one of those things that I knew it would impact him very hard with the way he reacted. And so, yeah, with that, that's how I would that's my car accident.
You're going to have to get this out.
But coming back into it, I want to talk about what I was going to say before that. My little brother, I had to ask my little brother some questions because he'll talk about it more when he comes on the podcast. But prom's coming up for him this weekend. This weekend, he ends up going to prom. He had 3 girls. Am I right? 3 girls asked him to go to prom, and he told them all no.
That a boy. He's a pimp.
Well, that's when I was curious. I was like, why? Because one of them was really cute. One of them, I was like, you said no to that? Oh, what? I also made him the deal, and I only thought about this because of the fact of the car accident we were talking about. I made him a deal that if he got a girl to go to prom with him, because he's a junior in high school, if he got a girl to go to prom with him, he could take my Camaro to prom.
Oh, boy.
This dude comes up to me, and I lost it. I laughed so hard. He goes, listen. And I was like, what? And he goes, I didn't get a girl, but me and my best friend are going together. He told 3 girls no, and now he's going with his best friend.
That a boy.
And so I was like, oh, my gosh. And he goes, can I still take your car? I was like, no, that wasn't the deal. The deal wasn't 2 wieners in the car.
Wow. You can't say that,
I
Gavin.
can, though, because that wasn't the deal. I can say that. But that was my story on that. But I'm excited for him to come on this podcast because he says some random stuff that's so funny. It's just he's a goofy kid. And so
I am a bad influence to him. That's all I'm gonna say.
Trey is a very bad influence to my brother. But what is another question you had? Because I know you had multiple.
Sorry, they got a no going. So what did I ask? TikTok.
Yeah, you talked about my TikTok.
Well, one of them was near-death experience or life-changing event. So we covered
that was it.
Yeah.
Going back to that TikTok thing though, when it comes to like, it's kind of with the TikTok, it kind of made me like see things. When it comes to girls, and they're like, so everybody has like their standards, right?
Yeah.
For one of the things that I realized in the past 2 months is my standards, like, they changed a little bit just because I've had girls DM me on Instagram. Well, it all shows up as they want to like, if I'm not following them, you know how it shows up as like they want to.
You have a DM request or something like that.
Yeah. Well, I go through and I read some of them. I don't read them all because I have, shockingly, ever since I started posting TikToks, they've been coming in like crazy. But I've had a few.
Can I go? Am I allowed to go through those?
No, because I don't want you to be mean to the girls that.
No. I just want to go look, like, just see what they're saying.
But I've had some that have come through and they're like, "Hey, add me on Snap," and I'm like, "No, like,
yeah,
no." But then there's the ones that come through and they're like, "Hey, you seem like a really cool dude. You seem funny. You're very attractive. I just wanted to say hey and see if you answer." Those ones right there for me, that tells me that girl's confidence. Either she took, what's the saying? And there's a movie. It's We Bought a Zoo. My dad always tells me, I think it's like 20 seconds of confidence can like change your life forever or something is one of the lines in there. And I loved it. And that's like one of the things that I live off of. And so when a girl comes through and they say that, it's like, for me, a confident girl will win the battle over, like, if she's very good looking and she's confident, dude, it's over. Because I'm an outgoing person. And so when I have a girl that will stand next to me as I go talk to somebody they don't know, and they'll stand there with confidence and they'll say, hi, my name is blah, 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 and they'll go on with their life, that to me is more attractive than girls that are like shy and they need, like, I'll give you your, hey, you look really good today kind of thing, and I'll give you your confidence boost here and there. But the girls that need that on a daily basis for me, it's not it. I can't do it. Does that make sense?
Okay, kind of. I think I know where you're coming from.
Yeah, because like it's one of those things where, like, for me, if a girl is confident, she wins that battle. Because a girl that is confident also knows her standards. And if she knows her standards and she's dating me, means I meet her standards. And in my eyes, that's a big enough compliment for me.
Okay, that makes sense.
And so, anyways, going off that, ladies, if you're listening to this,
Oh, shut
don't. No.
up.
Not to me. I'm sure most guys are like me when it comes to this. If there's a guy that you like, don't always make him shoot his shot first.
Okay, I thought you were about to say
No,
hit me
I
up.
knew.
I was
knew
like,
what
oh,
you were
come
gonna,
on,
I knew
bro.
what you were thinking because I was reading it. I was like, I'm gonna say it anyways. No, shoot your shot first. That's my advice.
Yeah, that's a good
I mean, you might get turned down, but learn from it, move on, go
bro,
on.
you turn down guys.
Honestly,
And then you post it everywhere.
that hurts. That's what drives guys' confidence
Nah,
down is when they do that.
if that ever, I know I've got shot down and everything. Shout out
Well,
to you. You
getting-
know
getting
exactly
shot
who you are.
down isn't what
7th and 8th
Getting
grade.
shot down isn't what hurts me. It's when they post it.
You 7th and 8th grade. You messed me up, man.
Oh no.
You know, and I really want to call this person out, just because I know the person, because we went to high school together, and now they're friends with one of my friends.
Okay.
yeah.
I know who you're talking about. We won't name drop. We'll keep the names out of it.
I want to say their name so bad, just because you were so mean to me, but at the same time, it's just like, why?
Yeah, it's not worth the time.
Yep.
Anyways, back to whatever your question was, because I knew you were going to ask another one.
Well, I mean, I feel like I'm asking a lot of questions.
Look how it's got us 32 minutes into a podcast.
Yeah, I know.
Your questions have led to more questions.
That's
and
true.
I've kind of asked a few of my questions in the beginning of like what your reason is for podcasting and whatnot. So
one of my questions is, why? Okay, who do you want to meet? Like, they don't have to be famous. They could be somebody, whoever. If you
meet
could,
as in like
sit down, bring him on here to the podcast, and just chill,
like have them on the actual podcast.
chill for like an hour and a half. Who would you want to do that with?
And you said like famous or not famous, or do you want both? I can give you both. A famous
It doesn't
person
matter.
and a not famous
It doesn't
person.
matter.
That's a good question. I gotta think because there's so many options of what that could be.
Yeah.
I'll start with my famous one.
Okay.
Honestly, it's never gonna happen. If it happened, it'd blow my mind. But having somebody like, Tom Holland would be cool. Obviously, that's never gonna happen. Spider-Man on a podcast would be dope, though.
Okay. Yeah.
Not famous though. I gotta think about it.
Oh, I already. Ooh.
You would hate me. Well, she's kind of famous actually, so that wouldn't
Who?
work. I'm not saying it.
Well, no. Now you
terrible
gotta
one.
tell me.
No, I'll tell you later. I gotta think of one that's not famous because everybody that's coming to my head right now is famous. So tell me yours, and
My
I'll keep
famous
thinking.
or non-famous?
You're famous because I want to think
See,
about what my
so-
non-famous is.
Like with you went actor.
Right.
See, since I like baseball so much, I would want to bring somebody from like the baseball world in,
Okay.
and that's either Trevor Story, Nolan Arenado, Bryce Harper would be really cool to have.
That
here.
would be dope.
That would be dope. I'd just like to sit down and talk with him.
Just saying. When I was playing the show the other day. I just tried to do a home run derby, and Bryce Harper is an absolute beast in the home run derby on the show. Just saying.
Christian Yelich, that would be a good one. I just butchered his name, Christian Yelich. He would be another good one that I'd love to like sit down and talk with. Cody Bellinger, just people like that.
Okay.
Just come sit down. My non-famous?
Dude, did you see that? Somebody made an edit of Cody, of like he like was saying his name when he was playing in the Little League.
Yeah.
And it went to him just hitting absolute bombs, and I loved it. I mean, it was really cool for me. I wish that if I could play professional, that's one of the things that, like, looking back, if we're doing this
Mm-hmm.
a year from now, if we're doing like if we're excelling and we're at I don't even know 50,000 followers,
That would be nuts.
that'd be crazy.
Yeah.
And what's even funnier is like there's people that are like 50,000. That's not that many.
it. Yeah,
Dude,
no, that's big for
that's
small town Kansas.
huge for me. Like hitting 1,000 for me is gonna be like
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna pee my pants with excitement. I'm gonna be hyped.
Okay. Wow.
Anyways, non-famous. That's what we were on. Honestly, this is gonna sound really bad because it's very easy for it to happen. My mom.
Bro, you know what's really weird?
You
I
were
was
thinking
gonna
the
say
same
my mom
thing.
too.
We're
My
mama's
mom-
boys. That's
my-
how it is.
So the reason why I'd say my mom is because she's kind of had like a big impact on my life
Right.
and everything.
Don't tear up on me. I saw that.
I'm not tearing up. I'm not tearing up. But like I wanna sit down and talk to her about the whole life changing event between me and her when I left to come down here,
Okay.
moved back up.
That'd be cool. I've never even met your mom.
Yeah,
I want to meet your mom.
yeah. She's a character.
I'm sure.
She
If she's
ba-
anything like
so,
she
so
is.
basically, my whole family, just for like, I give it out too, but I just get made fun of nonstop. And it's
That's him.
yeah, Garrett. Sorry,
That's Garrett.
I
in the
know.
background.
I know your
Garrett gets
pain.
picked. Garrett
with
gets picked
families.
on 24/7.
Yep.
You get picked on.
Yeah. You know you
He
can like.
just his face said it all. He just went.
You know
He
you can
knows.
like somewhat talk, right? Like you don't have to just be there in silence. Like if
Yeah,
we were
if
to
we ask
talk
you a
to
question, you can say something.
yeah, you don't have to be like,
Just say what's up.
What up, gamer?
See, that's what I'm talking about. He's quirky. I love it.
But no, yeah, that's kind of funny how we were both thinking about mom. Honestly, so okay, so I'm gonna change mine since you said your mom.
Well, your mom is. You know why my mom is like. Obviously, my mom has had a huge impact, but you know why? Like for me, when you said who would it be, you know why I said my mom?
Oh boy.
Because I know it would not be easy to get my mom to do this. Because
Oh,
my mom
absolutely
doesn't
not.
like putting herself out on social media and whatnot.
Yeah.
And my mom is an amazing, amazing woman. And so I really like it'd be really cool to have my mom on the podcast or Bailey. Bailey's my oldest sister. She'd be pretty easy to get on the podcast. I'm sure she wouldn't mind.
Bailey and I would have no filter.
Filter on me? No, y'all would be just dissing me. It'd be a Gavin's getting kicked to the dirt tonight.
Yep.
But
Okay, so since I'm gonna change mine since you said my mom. So I guess another quirky thing I could say would be my dad, but I don't think he would ever do it. Man, this is actually kind of tough.
see, you asked a hard question.
I did.
It's
I
a
did.
good question, though.
It is.
It's a good question.
Because literally the first person I thought of when I wrote down that question was, oh, I'd definitely have my mom on here.
Right.
To change that, man, I don't. It would either have to be my brother or my little sister. Now, you think I have no filter?
Little sister?
Little sister in 8th grade
Oh, jeez.
has no filter.
Oh,
20
jeez.
times
Yeah.
worse than I am.
Okay, so listen to this. So when we started this podcast, we decided we were going to try and make it family friendly. We're going to try to make it to where anybody can listen because I grew up in a Christian home. I'm still in a Christian home. I still have.
I'm not.
He is not. That's why if you read our bio and whatnot, it says our two totally different lifestyles because me and Trey were raised in totally different worlds. And so for me, cussing's not like you cuss, you get hit or you get your mouth washed out kind of thing. And so it's like one of those things where we believe that honestly, you want to know the real reason that I'm kind of against cussing?
What's up?
2 reasons. 1, it's hard to spread the gospel when you have a potty mouth.
Okay.
2, I grew up with a dad that's in the business industry. People that cuss, like, this is something that stuck with me. My dad told me this in 8th grade, and it's something that stuck with me. People that cuss, they cuss because they're too unintelligent to come up with better words.
Sounds about right.
That's how I think of it.
Sounds about right.
And so, obviously, I've had mistakes in the past where I've had my mouth get away from me and whatnot. But I'm not saying anybody's perfect. I'm not saying that I'm going to despise you for cussing. You do whatever you want to do. I can't control your life.
I'm not smart. So
And so that's how I kind of think of it, though.
Man, so you've been over here this whole time, man. Like, damn, Trey's kind of dumb. He's dumb.
No, that's not how I function. Like for me, that's why I don't cuss though.
Okay, that makes sense. So, it didn't really start until my parents got divorced. In like,
What didn't start? I'm confused.
like me cussing.
Oh, okay. I was like, you just had like a whole conversation in your head and then just went for it, didn't
No,
you?
no. So when my parents got divorced, I was upset.
Right. I mean,
and
you have a
I
right to be.
basically I said F the world.
Okay.
I don't care anymore. So like that's kind of how it all started snowballing.
Yeah.
And then I got a really bad concussion, and then got diagnosed with post concussion syndrome.
I've never heard of that.
That's a real thing. They now have a whole thing at Wesley
I
studying
didn't even know
concussions.
that. I didn't know that was a thing.
Very first person to ever go into Wesley for that program was me.
I don't know whether to give you a fist bump for that or not.
No, my grandma looks at it as like a good thing.
Well, I mean, yeah, you're in the medical books. Kind of. Are you?
No,
Nah.
that's not a good thing, Gavin.
Eh.
So basically, no, I'm gonna go into this real quick. So basically, they it was speech therapy, feeling in like your fingers, and then balance. Therapy sucked. I hated that. Speech and remembering things, like, I don't have the best memory.
Right.
But like sitting down and like being able to remember, like, you say like a combination like 5, 3, 6, 7. You could probably get that right off the top of your head because I'm just listening to it. But like the whole concussion protocol, you have 4 numbers and you move up to like 7 or 8. There was times where I couldn't get through all 8 numbers.
Really?
I think I got 2 out of the 8. And
Dang.
yeah, it was that bad.
That's kind of scary.
Oh yeah, my balance awful, terrible.
Your balance is still awful.
Yeah,
You're clumsy.
I know, but like no. So there's
the
this,
grin that you just had on your face when you said you're like, I know.
no. So there's this little exercise they do. You have to stand on one foot, bring your other foot to basically your knee, close your eyes, arms out. I went there for probably a month and a half.
Okay.
Could not do that at all. That's how bad my balance was.
That's crazy.
Yeah. In which, I mean, I don't think I'm that unbalanced.
Right.
But, like, for some reason, that one messes with me. I can't do it.
Huh.
Okay, I say I can't. I know I probably could if I really sat down and focused on it. But for some reason, I could not do it. Pretty nuts. Anyways. Ugh.
Dude, you need to lay back on that Dr. Pepper.
I don't know why.
I need to get, dude, if I could ever get Nolan Crumrine to give me a clip of him saying Dr. Pepper like Weber did, I would love it.
Oh,
Weber was one of our old basketball coaches. And
I don't know
at the
Weber.
time, you never met Weber.
Nope.
It was, at the time is when like Fortnite just came out and we really big.
gosh.
And he came in, he goes, you guys are going to play your Fortnite and drink your Dr. Pepper. But he said it like, I can't do
Dr.
it.
Pepper.
It's not even worth me trying to do it because I can't imitate it. Nolan Crumrine does
do
it
it.
so well, it's
Honestly,
scary.
I want him on.
I can try and make that happen.
I
can talk to him.
I will do him on. I don't like how
It
buzzed
beeped
again.
at me again. I didn't like it.
Okay, but there's no okay this time, so we're good.
True. I won't go into his story. So I'll let him, if he decides to come on, then we'll let him talk about it. We are coming up on roughly 45 minutes.
Really? Damn.
I don't have any more questions.
I have a. Let me see. Let me see
I'm out
if
of
they're
questions.
somewhat. Okay.
Do you have another one?
Okay.
If you don't, then we can just end it here.
I got one.
You got one?
Okay. Gavin, I know you're pretty attractive, right?
Oh, jeez. I'm scared.
Have you ever gone up just straight up? You see a girl across the restaurant. Have you ever just gone up to her and just be like, "Hey, you're cute. What's your snap? What's your number?"
One time.
Let's hear about it.
Oh, boy.
Tell me the story.
Oh, boy. Okay. So.
Anyways, that's all we have time for.
Just cut it off right
Just
there.
cut it off
They don't
right
get to
there.
hear the story. Oh, man. I can't remember what year it was. Does it count if it was in middle school?
Yes.
Because, okay, so coming out of middle school, I was in a relationship from 8th grade all the way to the end of freshman year. And so actually, it was in 7th grade, the end of 7th grade, all the way up into freshman year. So it was like 2.5 years. And so after that, I didn't really date. And then I dated a girl, and I got to Sedgwick. And when I dated her for almost a year. And after, I haven't had a girlfriend since. So really, I've only had 2 girlfriends that, like, were actually, like, serious relationships. But my 7th grade year, the beginning of 7th grade year, I went to a school dance. And the only reason I did it is because I lost a bet.
Oh, no. Those are the worst.
But it ended up in a victory because of the fact she was dancing with me by the end of the night.
That a boy.
And so that's kind of how, I don't really know. I can't remember it fully. I just remember bits and pieces of it because, it was, how long ago was that now? We've been out of high school for 2 years. Close to.
It was 3.
Is it 3? See, I'm losing track of time.
I don't know.
I'm 20 years old, and I feel like I'm supposed to be 30 because I work a full-time job and wake up at 6 and everything else.
I got told I looked like a grown-ass man. Oh, sorry.
You've already said so many words. It's fine, dude.
No, I haven't.
We're going to go ahead and end it right
What
here.
What words have I said besides
Well, listen
that one?
back to it. We can go back and listen to it.
Okay, I said like
we are coming up on
F.
50 minutes. On 50 minutes. I said 15. We're coming up on 50 minutes. That was a pretty good first episode. I enjoyed this a lot. We'll come back out with you. Our first guest, I'll go ahead and tell you who our first guest is going to be.
It's Colton Smith.
It's going to be Smizzy. Colton Smith is going to be our first guest. We would really appreciate it. We have an email. It's NSJP@gmail.com. In other words, no simping, just pimping, just the first letter of each one. Go ahead and you can send us questions. You can send us advice. You can send us
hate.
We would love to read the hate mail too, honestly.
Because we will call you. Okay, he might not, but I will
Trey
call
will
you
call you out. We just love feedback is what it would come to. We would love to read them. You can find me on Instagram at Gavin_04_Fitch. You can DM me there if you have questions or anything. And I might as well say it. My TikTok is Gavin Fitch, all lowercase, no space with a 4. And so that's how you can find me. And then Trey, how can they can find you?
Instagram, Trey Siemens 21.
We'll go ahead and put that on the screen because that was real
Siemens
confusing.
is SIEMENS.
Anyways,
like semen.
It's been a good first podcast. Welcome to the journey of No Simping Just Pimping. It's been Gavin.
Do we even have an outro?
No, we don't. We're about to make it up.
Okay.
How do you want to do this?
Peace. Have fun. Bye.
Sure. That's our first exit. All right.
All right. Sounds good.
See you guys on the next episode. Thanks for listening.
Bye.